I understand that there is this concern that it's a prize, it's a march, it's some people say forcing it down your throat, being in people's faces, and I understand that that's where the parade started from. You know, in the late 60s, it started off as a political statement when it was illegal to be gay, when there was massive discrimination in employment and all sorts. And now, to be honest with you, that's generally, legally speaking, generally quite equal. And the pride events have evolved along with that. So it's no longer just a political, it is a cultural festival. It is about inclusion, and it is about getting everyone involved. But I understand why some people have a slightly are a little bit reserved about where they think it's come from, what it actually means.
We all know, everybody around this table knows somebody that is gay who hasn't come out, and it still goes on. And we cannot judge those people. You know, there's 4 people around this table, and thank God, by the grace of God, we got through it. I know lots of people who've been disowned, some terrible stories, as the 3 of you could tell without any shadow of a doubt. Do you feel sad for those people that maybe not be able to come down because they're frightened with cameras, with the press?
It's a very hard issue, that, isn't it? Because you know, I'm not of the persuasion that believes in outing people. I think it's absolutely somebody's personal choice. Although I would always say to people, come out, because however bad you think it's going to be, it's not as bad as staying in. Come on out. I think something like Liverpool Pride, it's a big event. It's highly unlikely that you're going to be picked out by a camera or by filming. Come on down. You know, the event, although it's by LGBT people and showcasing talents of LGBT people, it's not just for them. And I can't stress that enough, that we are, you know, really based on inclusivity. So by turning up on Dale Street on Saturday the 7th of August, you're not going to be flagging up to the world that you're gay. You're flagging up to the world that you care about the LGBT community in Liverpool and you want to support them, support us. So, you know, I think if somebody isn't out, you're not necessarily broadcasting to the world that you're out, although I would say, you know, come and join in, because it's just, you'll feel great at the end of it.
I think the other thing, I think people might be quite surprised as well. When it comes to gay pride, people have a lot of stereotypes in their head. You know, the pictures that tend to surface in newspapers, that, you know, will focus in on the more colourful characters that come along. And that, I think one of the things that people would find if they came down the day is actually just how there's every type of person will be there, and that maybe coming out wouldn't be so hard after all.
I'll be there in my tuxedo.
Right. Well, I've never seen you without, except tonight. I've just remembered what the problem was on the last one. I just remembered. It was mixed, and there was children there, and there was a drag queen on stage from Manchester, of all places, who was very, very offensive and very rude. Now, what's the policy over this? Because if you bring children...
Our policy is absolutely to be inclusive, so the acts that have been programmed into the day, been programmed in with that in mind, really. The idea is that it will be a really broad range of entertainment, so I don't think people should be afraid of... the atmosphere is not a late night, you know, 2 a.m. club cabaret atmosphere. It's in the middle of an August Saturday afternoon. It's going to be really great fun. A lot of the accent is very, very much on music, comedy, circus. The theme for this year is Rainbow Circus. So lots of street entertainment, lots of fun.
We're also making sure, I mean, like, with any kind of festival, we're making sure that we do speak to the artists to make sure they know what kind of audience to expect, and that there will be younger people there, you know, to make sure that their act is, you know, fits in with that. But, you know, some of the artists we're putting on, we've got MD Productions that people might remember from Britain's Got Talent. I mean, you know, absolutely fantastic, you know, young dancers and that. We've also got one of the people who are coming on is a young kid called Tyler Mentor. He's only 12. He won a competition to sing at the Trafford Centre for the opening of, you know, the opening of the Christmas lights, and he's going to come on and sing in that. So, you know, we've got even on terms of what's on the stages, we've got a really broad.
So you've not gone for big names. You've just gone for a really nice variety of music and talent to make it a happening. So nobody is that special. It's all special.
Absolutely. I mean, Pride festivals aren't music festivals. This isn't Glastonbury. This isn't about bringing in, you know, a massive headline act. This is about having a real mix of different artists, or, you know, that people can come see. You know, we've also got street performers who are going to be, you know, walking around on the site. We've got loads of stalls, markets, and you know, this isn't a music festival. This is a real kind of broad festival for everyone.
It's interesting that, because now I won't mention it again, but I'll just mention this one thing. I now remember exactly what happened. It's all come back to me. This evil person who the press just picked up on, as you can imagine, then turned round to the audience when they booed because she was swearing. He was swearing. He then turned on the audience. This is art. You shouldn't be here. Well, as you can imagine, that's exactly what you don't want. So I won't mention it again. But that's what happened. I don't know how long ago it was. It was a long, long time ago.
It was 95. I think that was the last one.
Was it?
And then there was
like
some in the late 70s.
But it will be a great opportunity on the 7th of August to actually come down as a family and see that gay people don't bite. They're just nice, ordinary people from every walk of life who keep themselves to themselves and just want to get on with their life and be accepted as another human being without any having a go. Yeah.
I think it's a great chance to dress up and come down, have a good old boogie, a dance, listen to some great stuff, have a good laugh. You know, I think that Pride's happening this year because of the big change. There's been big changes in Liverpool in 10 years, you know, from the way our city looks. Everything about the city is changing for the better. And I think this is a real symbol of this. And, you know, lots of studies have been done about what happens when cities become more economically successful. And one of the indicators of that is acceptance of LGBT communities and celebrations of the contributions that they make. So really this is part of the resurgence of the whole of Liverpool.
Emails just come in. Good evening. A big hello to gorgeous Alan Cross. What a great discussion regarding Liverpool's Pride. There is so much to discuss on this topic. All I can say is it is such a great thing to happen to Liverpool City. I personally think that we need it. I can't wait to go with my parents and friends, listen to the great music, and be with other people like myself and celebrate who I am. Regarding homophobia, there is homophobia here in Liverpool, but in my view, there is in every single city, not just Liverpool. Roll on the 7th of August, people. We're here, we're queer, and we drink beer. There we are. There's our first slogan for the night. We're here, we're queer, and we drink beer. And we ain't going home. Loads of love, says Petra. We'll take a break, and we're back to my guests.
Late Night City with Pete Pride.